So how can we create effective content marketing? Daniel?
So the starting point for this is what I would start every digital marketer and every marketing campaign with, is to start going, okay, who's my target audience? Who's the persona that I'm aiming at? What does their user journey look like? So what are the kind of stages of that user journey? And therefore, what content do they want and what channel do they want it in? And I need to consider all of those options so I can do good content marketing. But the problem is everyone is doing content marketing. Mm-hmm. So increasingly, we need to try and stand out. And there's some things that we can think about for that. But there's no point doing content if you're going to do it in an average way, I would say, because it's just pointless. You're not going to actually show up at all because everyone's trying to blasting all this kind of noise out there.
So what's 10 times content and how is that related?
So there's this idea of like 10x or 10 times content, which is, I think Rand Fishkin, I think Kieran, you interviewed Rand and he kind of spoke about this.
Yeah, 10x is, so his view is, look, if you're going to like rank in search engines, one of the things you can do is just create exceptional content. But he's gone the extra 9 yards and said, okay, like look up, find the world's top 10 articles on that subject and then go and read them all. And then your aim is to try and create something that's 10 times better than all of that. And I think if you do that, your results are going to be off the charts good from SEO because everybody's going to want to link to that because it's exceptionally good.
But it does two things, right, by doing that, because what it does is it creates engagement for the user because like, wow, this is exceptional. And I'll try and define what exceptional means in a second. But also that ticks all the boxes to the search engines and it ticks what social media wants as well because it's content that gets engagement and so on. Exceptional, however, doesn't need to be bigger, more expensive, louder. It needs to be more niche for a right audience, more beautifully produced, more concisely written, maybe long form written, podcast rather than written. So it just needs to be different. It needs to stand out and you want to do something better.
Yeah, I used to use the phrase remarkable content.
Right.
But you can take that literally. Like, gosh, that content's so good. I actually remarked on it. I actually exclaimed, blimey, that's good.
And maybe you talk in social media about it, and share it. That's all the stuff that's going to help the algorithm from that point of view as well.
So would you say that content skills are getting generally better?
No, so quite the opposite, in fact. So what we've seen happening, because we do the digital skills benchmark as well, is that, and by the way, if you targetinternet.com, you can go through to the benchmark. You can benchmark yourself or your team for free if you want to, and you can see the full report. And what we've seen is that there's more and more people doing content. And skills have gone backwards gradually, which means there's more content and more of it's rubbish. So that's actually an opportunity, right? The opportunity is there to go, who is my target audience? What does that journey look like? Think about things like 10x content. How could I do this better? See what's out there and then actually stand out from all this noise. But the more noise there is, the harder that is to do. So you must focus on doing better content because it just gets lost out in that noise otherwise.
The opportunity is to focus on a specific group because you can't be all things to all people. There's no such thing as, well, actually, even on Google, there's no such thing as number one on Google. Number one for who?
And for what? And in what context?
Yeah. And so you need to understand that before you go away and create all this content. You need to really understand, well, who are we trying to help with this thing? And how can we make it absolutely brilliant? So there's a ton of stuff on how to do content marketing, but maybe I'm wanting to do content marketing for dental engineers. That's a very specific thing. I bet no one's got that niche and you could be number one within that. And that's not going to be too hard. Plus, if you're in the dental engineering business, that's ace.
And also, I think there's too often we're trying to do all things to, we've got multiple audiences. So we're trying to do content for them that appeals to all of them. The one thing I would say that really works is do less, but do it better. You've only got a limited amount of resources. Spend those resources doing one or two pieces of something exceptional rather than doing loads of stuff that's average, and you'll cut through.
Please subscribe for more videos like this and visit targetinternet.com for more free digital marketing resources.